$14 billion. That's what Mark Zuckerberg is willing to spend to catch up in the AI race. But here's the twist. It's not just about buying technology, it's about acquiring one specific person's brilliance.
Well, that's absolutely fascinating. We're talking about Alexandr Wang, right? The MIT dropout who built Scale AI into this powerhouse that's basically become the backbone of AI development?
Exactly right. And what makes this story so compelling is how it shows just how desperate Meta has become in the AI race. They're not even trying to acquire Scale AI outright. They're taking a 49% stake for $14 billion just to get Wang on board.
Hmm, that's such an interesting strategy. It's like they're trying to thread the needle between getting the talent they need and avoiding more antitrust scrutiny.
You know what's really telling about this whole situation? Meta's recent Llama 4 AI model launch was apparently such a disappointment that they haven't even released their more powerful Behemoth model because they're worried it won't measure up to competitors like OpenAI.
Oh, wow. So this is really about Meta playing catch up in the AI space. And Wang brings something pretty unique to the table, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Scale AI has been involved in training about 70% of all major AI models out there. They've worked with everyone from OpenAI to Google, and they've even got their fingers in the defense sector with some major Department of Defense contracts.
That defense angle really changes the whole picture. We're not just talking about chatbots and social media anymore, are we?
Not at all. In fact, Wang has been pretty outspoken about what he calls an AI war between the US and China. He's been saying that America needs massive computational resources to stay competitive, and that kind of thinking seems to really resonate with Zuckerberg's worldview.
Well, that explains why Meta is willing to spend such an astronomical amount. But what does this mean for the broader AI landscape?
It's really reshaping the entire industry. We're seeing this pattern where big tech companies like Google and Microsoft are taking huge stakes in AI startups rather than acquiring them outright. It's like they found this new playbook for staying competitive while flying under the regulatory radar.
And Scale AI itself is making some pretty bold moves. I mean, they just took over 180,000 square feet of office space in San Francisco that used to belong to Airbnb. That's quite a statement.
It really is, and what's particularly fascinating is how this represents such a departure from Zuckerberg's usual approach. He typically promotes from within and relies on his inner circle, but he's so concerned about Meta's AI position that he's willing to bring in outside leadership, something he rarely does.
The timing of all this seems pretty crucial too, especially with all the recent advances in generative AI. Do you think this massive investment will actually help Meta catch up?
Well, that's the billion-dollar question, or should I say the $14 billion question. Meta's basically betting that Wang's expertise and Scale AI's deep understanding of how AI models are built will help them close the gap with competitors like OpenAI and DeepSeek.
So, what should we be watching for in the coming months?
I think there are three key things to keep an eye on. First, whether Meta finally releases that behemoth model and how it compares to competitors. Second, how Wang integrates into Meta's leadership structure and whether he can actually influence their AI development. And third, how this massive investment affects Meta's other priorities, especially their metaverse initiatives.
That's going to be quite the balancing act for them to manage.
You're right, and it really highlights how the tech landscape is evolving at this breakneck pace. Whether this gamble pays off or not, it's clear that we're watching a pivotal moment in the development of AI technology. This deal isn't just about Meta catching up in AI, it's about reshaping the future of technology itself.